All right, guys, so coming up to standing, we're gonna bring our feet together about hip distance apart and just keep a little softness in your knees as we start to stretch and warm up. Inhale, take a big breath in, reaching your hands up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, we're gonna come down into a forward fold. So again, knees are soft, allow your head to hang. Take a couple breaths. You nod your head yes, shake your head no, trying to loosen up between your ears and shoulders. And then from here, start to walk your feet out a little bit wider, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Toes are pointed forward toward the front of the room. Press down into that outer heel, maybe come down just a little bit deeper. You can keep your hands on the ground, or if you feel balanced, take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and extend the arms overhead. Bringing your hands back to the floor, walk them over to either side, coming into a runner's lunge. Front knees lunging forward, staying right over the top of your foot. Press up through that back heel. If you'd like to add in a twist, same hand as front foot lifts up to the ceiling, rotating your ribcage and chest toward your inner thigh. Let's circle that arm all the way back down, bringing our knee to the ground. And start to send your hips back. Flexing your front foot, toes pointing out to the ceiling. You can get stretch in that hamstring. Making your way back into your lunge. Turn to face forward, opening up. Nice steep side lunge. You get stretch through the inner thigh, opening up through the hips. We'll walk it over to the other side. So other leg bends, other leg straightens. And then just hold here for another breath or two. Turning to face that bent knee back into our runner's lunge. Other foot's in front, facing the other side of your mat or the room. You want to add in that twist, same hand as front foot, lifts up to the ceiling, rotating your torso toward your front leg. Drop your back knee to the floor and start to shift those hips back. Front heel reaches forward, flexing the foot, toes pointed up, pressing out through the heel. Forward fold over that front leg. And then we'll come back into our lunge. Back into that wide-legged forward fold. Starting to walk those feet in. And then keeping that soft bend in your knees. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. All right, so legs warmed up. We're gonna keep working our lower body with some sumo squats or plie squats. If you'd like to use hand weights, you can add on a little bit of extra movement in our arms. These are pretty lightweight, so definitely feel free to go heavier. And if you want to do this with no weight at all, you'll still get a good arm workout. So we're gonna take our feet out nice and wide. Toes are turned out from the hip. So when you bend your knees, they go right over the tops of our feet. I'm gonna start with my hands just kind of at my side or in front of me, and then we'll add on some arms as you go. But starting with those legs, inhale, send your knees out over toes, sliding straight down into your plie squat or sumo squat, call them different things. And as you exhale, press through your heels. Even though your feet don't move, you want to feel your inner thighs squeeze together. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press up. You can definitely move faster or slower than I'm going throughout class. Speed or pace is a little less important than how it feels in your body. Coming down as low as you can, getting that stretch, knees reaching out over that middle toe and making sure they stay open. All right, let's add in a little bit of arms. I bring my hands to the front of the shoulder, and as I stand up, press through the heels, straighten the legs, sending those arms overhead. Now they can come a little bit in front of you, but that helps you keep a longer, flatter back, so a little less back bend. Getting ready to count down. We're going to finish holding nice and low. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, just come down and hold. Knees over toes, pressing that outer heel. We're twisting the stomach, so rotate your ribs high over hips and extending out your arms. So it's a twisted punch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist and punch the other way. Rotating in the waist, like think of bringing out like a towel that squeeze that wrap right around your belly button. Try to keep your legs still so those knees don't fall in. And a lot of weight down in those heels. Arm extending out. You feel that shoulder blade kind of pull you into the twist. Final 8, 7, and back to how we started, down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale down, exhale, press up. Counting down. 12, 11, and back to our hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, come down and hold. Working back into your waist, getting to the sides of the body. One arm is going to reach overhead, stretching that ribcage open to the ceiling, pulling down into that oblique. Inhale back to center. Exhale, press over the other way. So bring that bicep right over your ear, maybe just slightly in front of you. Pulling down in one side of the waist, pressing up and over with the other. Both sides working the whole time. Checking in with those feet, pressing that outer heel, that pinky toe. Hold those knees open wide. Tailbone reaching straight down underneath you. Counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like we started, third and final round. The last time coming into these squats. Maybe coming down a little bit lower now that we're warmed up, now that we're moving. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold it low. I'm just going to bring those weights together right in front of the chest, little pulses. So our final hold, sending these further out, pressing into the heel, getting to that lowest point. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it all the way up. Walk those feet in. And then from here, let's come down to the floor. So coming down onto your mat, carpet, something comfortable to lay down on. Set those weights off to the side for now. We'll use them again later. Feet are going to extend out in front. And then we're going to start to peel down. Tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck and head. Bringing your hands down to your side. Even that little scoop in your stomach to help keep that lower back supported. We're going to start moving those legs, drawing our knees in, up to the ceiling, in toward our chest, and starting to press back out. Hugging those feet together. Last 3, 2, final 1. This time as we start to bring our knees in, we're going to take our hands up to the ceiling, reaching fingertips in front of us, adding on, rolling up head, neck, shoulder blades, mid, back, and lower, and then rolling back down. Legs go out, peeling spine to the floor. Big scoop, and lower. As you come up, if you need a little assistance, you can hold on to the back of the legs, using your arms to help pull you up that way, or even bringing them against the ground to press up. A couple more like this. Last 4, 3, scoop, 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 stretch out, press out. Last 2, Nice. And then final one, reaching for belly scoops in and roll it all the way down. Give those knees a little hug in toward you. Nice way to get some stretch in the back. Starting to connect the movement in our legs into the core and hips. Rolling forward and backwards. Let's come up to face forward. So we're going to come into a kneeling position. Our first leg is going to reach out to the side. You can start with either one. So with my right leg, I'm kind of reaching that outer heel. You get a little stretch in the outside of the leg. And holding this leg in place so as we start to come into that side bend, we're not going to fall all the way over. Let's take that opposite hand behind the back. Then same hand as your extended foot is going to reach overhead. Nice big opening stretch, ribs to the ceiling. And then coming back up with a little squeeze, rib to hip in that side. So pushing up and over and squeezing back in and down. Eight, trying to touch the floor all the way back up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. And come on up. Take those hands behind your head lightly pressing into your hands. See a little bit of that double chin. We're going to start to lean out and to create a diagonal from our extended leg hip into the waist. And then we're going to make a twisting motion. Hips stay in place, rotating, heart rib cage to face down to the ground, and back to face forward. Halfway there. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come to face forward. Hand can come down onto the ground. Other hand coming onto your hip up to the ceiling, or it can stay back behind your head. A leg that's extended out, lifting it off the floor. Reach up to that little toe. And we're going to curl behind the knee. Squeeze behind the knee, and then stretch that leg right back out. Hug it in. Reach. Lots of lift in that bottom side. That's going to help you feel a little lighter in that hand. Coming onto your forearm, knuckles, fists. That's better for your wrist. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Finish your last one. Extend that leg. Toes are going to come back to the ground. Reaching that same hand overhead, just like you did when kneeling. As you come up, we're going to squeeze elbow toward that outer knee and that top oblique. Inhale, press out, stretch. Exhale, squeeze. Final 4, 3, 2. Last one. Inhale, reach it out. Final part in this position. Leg is going to sweep forward, reaching for your toes. You don't have to touch. A little bit more in the front of the abdominal wall. Inhale, open. Exhale, scoop. And we'll come off our hand, coming down onto our hip. In 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring your leg down. We're going to come all the way down onto your hip, so you can pull that knee in front of you. Bending our leg that's been moving, flexing the foot, and then hands down for balance. We're going to lift our back leg and start to push through the heel to get that glute squeeze in that outer hip, back of the hip. Little push backs with those heels. My favorite exercises for the glutes. A little bit awkward of a body position, but with that twist, you can feel a little bit extra work in your waist and not too much in our arms as far as holding up. Counting down. 8, 7, pulls Pulse, push, push for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that knee up to the ceiling. Reach out to that little toe. Squeeze behind the knee. I like to point the toes on the way out and then pull in with the heel, flex on the way in. Final 4. We got one more set of pulses. And 3, 2. Last one. And pulse. Leg is going up and back. Pressing through the heel. Pressing from that waistline. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down. Let's come to laying down. Still working that same right leg. Send those toes out front. Other knee can stay bent. That's going to help hold those hips in place. Take your hands behind your head, rolling up head, neck, and shoulder blades. Again, your head's a little heavy in your hands. Neck is nice and soft in front. Kicking our leg up to the ceiling. We're going to take it down on a diagonal. So kind of reaching into that little toe. Then a little stretch to the inner thigh. Then that leg's going to come back up to the ceiling. Turning knee and toes to face you. And lower back down to the ground. So like 4 parts. Leg lifts. Reaches out to the corner of your mat if you have one underneath you. Take it back up to the ceiling. And then straight down. Line with your torso. Lift. Take it to the corner. Lift it up. Lower straight down. Sweep up. Take it out and down to the corner. Lift it up. And lower. Making progress. Lift. Lower to the side. Lift. Lower down to the floor. Last 2 rounds. Take it up. And out. Take it up and down. Final round. Brush that leg up. Reach it out and down to the corner of the floor. Up and lower. Lowering your head down as well. Ready to take our arms out to the side. Bending in our knee as we roll up. Head, neck, shoulder blades. Coming into a little bit of a crunch. Inhale, peel it down. Arms can sweep back out to the side. Head, neck, shoulder blades lift. Pulling that knee in. And roll back down. Feel that deepening squeeze in the side of the abdominal wall by bringing that knee in. If that's a little too intense, you can keep that leg down on the ground. The last 4. 3, 2, final 1. Roll it up. Squeeze that knee in. Heel on down. And give those knees a little hug. Squeeze both of them coming in toward you. Rolling on up. Sitting on up. So we can come into our second side. So targeting still both sides of the waist. We're getting a little bit deeper into the left side of the abdominal wall and the side of your body. So leg extends out. First part, getting good stretch in the outside of the leg, because those muscles are definitely going to work later. Opposite hand behind your back, and reaching away from your foot. Inhale, side bend over. Exhale, lift and squeeze. When you get a little shaky, to help with your balance, you want to feel a little pull of those inner thighs wrapping in and up. Went directly to the sides today, and then we'll do those twists after. Reach, side bend over, lift up, ribs high over hips. Final 4. 3. Reach it over, come on up. 2 more. Final 1, all the way over, down, back up, and then taking those hands behind your head. Head presses into your hands, lean up, reach down into that extended leg to help hold you. And then we're gonna twist. Looking down to the floor, looking back forward. halfway there. 4, hold that lean. 3, 2, and 1. Hand comes down, light on your palm, fingertips or knuckles. Other leg is gonna lift up, toenails facing forward, hand can stay on your hip to the ceiling or back behind the head. Squeeze behind the knee and stretch back out. Hug in, pull that heel in, reach out to the toes. Lifting up in that bottom side helps stay lighter on the hands. Counting down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, almost there. Last 2. Last one, reach that leg out. Same hand is gonna reach overhead. Big inhale, stretch, and then squeeze in that top side, elbow toward your knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, exhale. Last 4, 3, 2, final 1. Squeeze it in and then reaching out. That leg is going to sweep forward and then open back. Inhale, exhale. So feel a little contraction in the abdominal wall as well as the waist. Keep lifting up in that bottom side. We'll come off this hand. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your leg to the ground. Come down onto that outer hip, outer thigh, and then bring your leg behind you. So we're going to take a little flex of the foot, pressing through that heel, and starting to pulse. If you can, try to keep your leg from that outer knee thigh lifted off the ground, and then pushing back. Glute squeeze. Hands here for balance. A little twist away from your leg. You might feel a little bit more in the waist too. Push, push, push. Pulsing back. Lift it off the ground. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg extends out, squeeze in, toes out, heel in. Last 4, and one more set of pulses. 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee, push to the heel, and push back. Then we'll come to laying down. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down, coming onto your back. Leg extends out, we'll get some nice stretch as it starts to move. Rolling up head, neck, and shoulder blades, so you have a little bit of that double chin, head resting in your hands. So starting kind of slow, let's take that leg up toward the ceiling. And it's going to go down on a diagonal, so kind of toward the corner of your mat if you're on one, or the corner of the room. Back up to the ceiling, your toes face you, and lower down to the ground. Right in line with that hip and shoulder. Keeping that scoop in the stomach to stay supported. Lifts and float it down. Exhale, leg goes up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lifts. Inhale, lower, straight down. Take up. Lower to the corner. Lift back up. Lower to the floor. Sweep up. Take it down diagonal. Super straight leg. Strong behind the knee, reaching out through the toes. Last few rounds. lift it up, take it to the floor. Last two. Lift, lower diagonal, lift it up, take it all the way down. Final round. Lift, out, down on a diagonal, lift it up, down to the ground. Taking arms out to the side, starting to lift, roll up a little bit further. Head, neck, shoulder blades, as well as that mid and lower back. Drawing that knee in, scooping it in, pulling it in, right from the center of the body. Inhale, leg extends out, peeling back down. Stomach pulls in, tuck the chin, come up, squeeze, and lower. Hands behind the head if needed. You're pressing them against the floor to help you come up. Counting down. Final 4, 3, 2. And last one. Squeeze in and lower. Hug both knees in, rolling side to side, rolling forward and back. And we'll sit all the way up, send those legs out, and we'll shake a little stretch. Pointing those toes, sitting up nice and tall on top of your hips. And if you'd like to use those weights, grabbing a pair of dumbbells. So we're going to start those arms, reaching out in front, rolling those shoulders down the back, and then maybe just a slight lean back so that you're not rounding or crunching in the stomach, at least not yet. We're going to start to take our hands to the side, pulling them down toward the hip, leaning a little bit further back, but just making sure to keep your opposite hip sitting bone on the floor. And then punching back forward, take it down to the other side. If you want to bend your knees, that helps you to come up. To feel it more in those stomach muscles, feel free to bend those knees a bit. So a little row twist, press out, squeeze in. One more on each side and we'll switch it up. Hold down, press forward, hold down. Now from here, bringing those hand weights together. We'll stick with just one side and then we'll do the other. We're going to pull down into the hip like you did before and then press back up a bit on a diagonal. So I have a little counter twist the other way. So I'm twisting to the screen on the way down, twisting away from you guys on the way up. So working both to push down and to spiral up and over. You got it. You got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Squeeze down. And then we'll repeat to the other side. So I'm twisting away from you on the way down. Twisting to the screen as I stretch up, punch up, pull down, twist, unwind, and then a little counter twist the other way. Scoop into the waist. Push ribcage up and over. Twisting back up over those hips. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Last 3, 2. Final 1. Squeeze down and press up. Bending our knees in. Taking hands or hand weights up toward the ceiling. Elbows are going to bend, taking your hands behind your head. You definitely want to do these with your hands together if the weight gets to be too much. And then squeezing in those triceps, hands come up. If you like to bring your feet off the ground, you can hover them off the floor. Extend one or both legs. leaving a little space between the chin and chest. 8, 7, 6, 5, balance, 4, 3, 2, last one, pulse it out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those feet down, set your hand weights off to the side, hug those knees in, and roll back onto your back. Arms come down to your side, and then bring your feet to the floor. They can be together or hip distance apart. We're gonna come into a bridge. Rolling up, hips, head stays down, chest stays down, pressing into those heels. Inhale, exhale, peel it up, send those knees forward, squeeze the back of the legs, and then inhale, lower, upper back, mid back, lower back, tailbone. Little hug in of those inner thighs, especially if the feet and knees aren't touching, to make sure they don't fall out to the side. Press up, lift, roll down with control. Let's do 4 more like this, and we'll hold those hips up. We're gonna march the legs. And 3. Last 2. Last one, rolling up the hips, tailbone, lower back, mid back, maybe some that upper back. And then we're gonna lift one foot, try to keep those hips level across, and then the other. So like you're walking, high knee walk. Every time your foot hits the ground, a little extra push into that heel to get the back of the leg to fire. 8, counting down more of the time here. Just keep stepping, keep moving. 4, 3, 2. Last one, bring those feet down, lifting those hips up even higher. We're gonna rise up onto the toes, heels lift, pressing into the ball of the foot, turning on those calves, and then stretch the heels back down. So it's like when you do a calf raise, but in that bridge position, lift and lower. Getting ready for some pulses. If you can, keep those heels up in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels lift and pulse. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hips stay lifted, heels drop and lift. This time finishing heels down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Drop your heels and then working our way back down. March those legs. Heel presses down, knee comes up toward you. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll down, upper back, mid back, lower back, tailbone. Roll up just like we started. Quick little bridge series to get in. We'll go into those inner thighs. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way down. Take those knees to one side then the other. We'll stretch, release for the lower back. Still laying down, just kind of flipping the other way. Easier for me to see. Extending those legs out in front. We're across, it doesn't matter which one foot over the other. So you have that wrap, that hug of those inner thighs, that cross the ankles. Head's gonna start down later, we can lift it up. arms down at your side. We're going to start to take our legs toward the ceiling. The higher they go up, a little bit easier to keep your lower back close to the floor. Lower to the ground, sometimes a little more challenging. Then we're going to crisscross those feet. So you get that inner thigh little beat. Pull in, pull in. We're going to keep your hips in place and your lower back close to the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right foot on top. We're starting to lift our hips in a little reverse crunch. Pressing the back of the arms, rolling up, tailbone, lower back, and then rolling down, mid back, lower back, tailbone. You can get a little swing in those legs. Big scoop in the stomach, and squeeze those inner thighs. We'll finish with that right, well, that right leg is still on top. We're gonna add in a little twist in the right side. So right leg on top, so right hip to right shoulder, lift, twist, and lower. Rather not twist in our roll up of those hips than just down and up. 4 more, we'll switch legs. 3, 2, final 1. Lower those hips down and cross. We'll finish with our left foot on top. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot on top. Lifting our feet toward the ceiling and down. Maybe adding on those hips coming up. Press the back of the arms. Get that little scoop. And peel down. Kind of like in your bridge. Rolling up evenly through both sides of the back. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot is on top, diagonal twist, left hip to left shoulder as you lift. And unwind on the way down. Almost there. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll those hips down to the ground. Give those knees a little hug in toward you. Circling them one way and then the other. Rolling back up to a seat. Final exercise here to bring in those hand weights. I'll try facing forward. So your legs are going to come out into that straddle V. Knee and toes pointing up to the ceiling. Straight legs if possible. If you need to bend the knees in a little bit to keep stacked over those hips and bend those knees. Option to use your weights. You can definitely do this one as we often do without it. Either way though, reaching those arms out, plugging those shoulders in. A lot of good waist work today. Feel this in the twist in the stomach and the sides of your waist. Inhale, exhale, twist. Taking opposite hand or foot. Inhale, back up through center. And then exhale, twist, reach the other way. For seated saw. Big inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale up through center. Twist and reach. A few more, and then we'll come back down to the floor. Lift, stretch. Inhale, heart high over that front waistband. Squeeze around the stomach. Allow that head to move with you. Reaching your other hand behind the back. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set those hand weights off to the side. We are done with those for today. Coming back down to the floor for kind of our final exercise. Rolling up head, neck, and shoulder blades. Take your hands behind your head for that little added neck support. We're going to bring our feet into a V, a diamond. Heels together, toes turned up, and your knees are apart. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to extend those legs. Your thighs hug together, and then drawing those knees in toward your elbows. Exhale, legs extend, reach out. Inhale, pull those knees in. Exhale, press. If you'd rather take your head down to the ground, you can lower the head down. I like to flex the feet on the way in and then point, touching those big toes on the way out. Knees in, knees together. Final 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, and last one. Knees bend in, stretch it out. Give those knees a hug. Extend your left leg out, pull that right leg in a little bit closer. Adding a little twist, pulling that knee to the opposite side of the floor. Pressing into your palms to roll back onto your back. Let's switch sides. Other knee comes in, give it a little stretch. Bringing it across the leg, stretch to the outer hip, and then twist. Rolling onto your back, hugging those knees in, reach the outside borders of your feet, bending your elbows, knees out to the side, rocking side to side. If that feels good, you can also extend out one leg or the other. And then making our way back into our forward fold. Knees are soft, allow your head to hang, resting your rib cage on the top of your legs. Nod your head yes, shake it no again, pedal those feet out. Knees out. Keeping that little bend in your knees, slowly rolling all the way up.